Now we are less than a week away from the American Indian Film Festival. 10 days of some incredible work from Native American filmmakers and films about Native Americans. It's been going strong now for 38 years here in San Francisco, documenting the life, the history, the concerns, and the future of the American Indian on the big and the small screen. Here to chat with us is the AIFF founder and director Mike Smith. He's been there all along with filmmaker Miho Aida. Miho, welcome.
Thank you, Frank.
Great to have you here, Mike. Great to have you here, too. We chatted a little bit off camera, but how many films and how do you part it down?
Well, we had about over 140 entries that came in, and so we're showing about half of the films that were entered. We also have a selection of youth films, approximately 20, that are also part of this festival. So it's, we have features, documentaries, music videos, short films, and what we call public service films.
Sure.
So there's a big selection of work, and we try to really find the films that will really educate public about Indian people today. It's very important that a lot of the films that we show are topical and contemporary. And I think a lot of times, especially through Hollywood, you see a lot of period films.
Right.
And I think a lot of the general public, still really look at that and think Indians are really invisible people. We do a program in Europe, in Germany, and we traveled one time to a youth program, showed some of our youth films, and we actually showed some of our youth works from AIFI. And some of the young people, ask if Indians still live in teepees after even seeing, so it's really hard to make that connection.
And break those stereotypes.
It is.
And Miho, that's kind of what your film is trying to do.
Yeah, exactly.
You're from Japan, you're an environmentalist, you're in Alaska, and you saw a need to tell a story. Tell us about your film.
So my film focuses on this nation called Gwich'in. And this Gwich'in nation has been dealing with this oil and gas development issue that's been out there since 1988. But a lot of times when we look at this issue, we only see it from the environmental perspective.
Sure.
And not from indigenous or human rights perspective. And to be honest, I didn't even know there are people living up there.
And did you go there because you were working on the environmental side and then got wind of this story?
Yeah, I first, yeah, exactly. I went through from the environmental perspective, but I really wanted to bring that voice of Gwich'in women who has been the stewards of the land, and yet their voice is not heard. So I wanted to bring their voice to the table.
What impressed you the most about these women?
They're ready to talk.
They're
ready to be heard.
I only saw a little trailer of it, but they don't hold back, do they?
No, they don't.
No.
And I was really grateful for them to welcome me and having me there and being able to interview them, because I interviewed over 20 women there from all different generations, and I was able to capture their voices.
And just to be heard on the screen, so important, right?
Yeah, exactly.
To tell their story.
Yeah.
And maybe you could talk briefly about the film festival, to have this platform to show this documentary.
Yeah. So this is actually my first film ever I made.
Very good.
And I entered into film festival because I was looking for a place where I can get the exposure so that people can actually come and watch the film. And I'm just really honored to be part of this American Indian Film Festival, because I know the audience is already interested in this issue, and also it gives a stage for people to be able to see what's going on with the Indian nations today and actually get to hear the voices of real people.
And this is going to warm your heart, Mike, because that's what it's all about, right? Telling a story and having someone take a concern, and then you providing the platform to get the word out.
That's really true. We have works not only from the United States but from Canada. So we have many different voices that are being shared, through these stories, and filmmakers of all colors. We are represented. We have not only Native American filmmakers, but we have Japanese, and I think we have some French filmmakers that are part of the festival. This year especially, we not only the fine documentaries, we have a number of feature films that really shows the growing economics of, I think, Indian filmmaking. we have 7 feature films.
Well, I got to cut you off there. We wish you all the best. I know it's coming up this week.
Thank you so much, Frank.
Thank you, Mike. Pleasure to meet you. Best of luck. For more information about the American Indian Film Festival, November the 1st through the 10th, log on to AIF, as in film, ISF.com. Did I say that? AIFISF.com. There we go. Back with more Bay Sunday right after the break.